Hey there, it's Susan Milner with Florida Future Realty, and today I wanted to discuss Fannie Mae homes for the buyer. Recently, we did form a relationship with Fannie Mae, and we are a Fannie Mae listing broker, so we do have many other properties. We receive those properties sometimes when the previous owner is still occupying those properties, and we work with those properties through the eviction process, the cleaning process, the pre-marketing phase, and then of course the marketing phase, and then through the closing. So we handle it all from start to finish. So we have a really good understanding of Fannie Mae and how the properties are being sold. So that being said, right now in Cape Coral, which is our primary market, we also work Fort Myers in all of Lee County, but Cape Coral is really our primary market. And right now, single family home sales, about 20% are foreclosures, about 20% short sales, and the other 60% are what we consider traditional sellers. Keep in mind that your traditional seller does not tell us whether that was maybe an investor who remodeled or rehabbed the house or even just sold it back again for a profit. It only says that it's not a short sale or not a foreclosure. So considerably amount of those 60% I would say would be like an investor type situation. However, that being said, there are less short sales and foreclosures than there have been in the past. So we might be on the tail end of these things right now. So you might be a really good opportunity for you to get in on one of these Fannie Mae properties before there's not a lot of them left. So that's good news for you. A couple of things to keep in mind. A Fannie Mae property is being sold as is, but unlike a few years ago when you maybe would walk into a foreclosed home and it would be completely trashed and the pool would be green, you're now seeing you walk up, there's some curb appeal, you walk into the property, it's in good condition, the utilities are on, the pools are blue. So Fannie Mae is a government sponsored program, and their goal and objective is to stabilize neighborhoods. So how they're stabilizing neighborhoods is making these properties like other properties in the neighborhood and then selling them. The other thing that they really want is they want owner occupants back in these properties. They're not against selling to an investor, but they're going to give preference to an owner occupant. So if you're an owner occupant and maybe a few years ago you were trying to purchase a Fannie Mae or another foreclosure and you got beat out, say you offered $100,000 but you were getting financing and a cash investor came in and offered them $90,000, most of the time they accepted the $90,000 because it was a sure deal and they didn't want to deal with the financing. Well, Fannie Mae came up with the HomePath financing program and a 15-day first look period. So within the first 15 days, an owner occupant's the only one that can bid. So you'll only be bidding against other owner occupants and maybe not anyone versus the investors. Now the investors can put in offers at any time, but they will not be reviewed until after the 15-day first look period. So they all get rejected and we just tell the investors, if it hasn't sold in 15 days, come back and you can put in your offer. So it's great news for you. You can get a property that, depending on the property, some of them do still need some work, but the awesome thing too is that HomePath is also offered a renovation mortgage, and you can actually roll the cost of the renovations into your loan, so you're not having to have $10,000 or $20,000 sitting aside to fix up the property once you purchase it. So there's two different kind of programs that we can help you get into, get you in touch with our mortgage people that can, or if you have one already, that's fine, but we can help you get in touch with somebody that can explain that in further detail to you, and you can roll in all the fix-ups that you need into your mortgage so you're not coming out of pocket. So that's really neat and what we have going on now. And that's about it. You can go on homepath.com to search any of the properties that are available, and you can contact us and we can show you any of those. You don't have to go through the listing agent. You can if you like, but you do not have to. We can show you any of those properties. And to submit a bid, you do have to have an agent. You can't just submit a bid as a buyer online. You do have to have an agent submit the bid for you. So they will actually have you fill out a regular contract, and then there's an addendum, and there's also, if you're going to be an owner occupant, there's going to be a certification, that you have to swear that you will be an owner occupant, because Fannie Mae takes that very seriously and you don't want to lie about that. So you have to be able to move into the property within 60 days of purchase to be qualified for an owner occupant. But other than that, it's pretty easy. You get a home inspection. Usually you have 7 to 10 days to handle your home inspection. If you do see anything that was more work than you were anticipating, you can cancel the contract at that time and move on. You can try to renegotiate, but keep in mind that these are as-is sales and there's not a lot of negotiating left, but you can always ask. and then you move forward with a regular closing. So you can pick your own title company if you wish, but you have to pay your own, title fees. On all Fannie Mae homes, you do have to pay the doc stamps because Fannie Mae is a tax exempt organization, so you will have to pay a little bit more on a closing cost because of the doc stamps, but it's not a lot. And that's about it. We find that the foreclosures and short sales that are selling at about 70% of the average of all the sales, so you're getting a little bit better deal versus maybe a different seller scenario. And we have a lot of different ones to choose from $30,000 condos up to $300,000 waterfront homes. So we look forward to speaking with you about Fannie Mae properties, and we can be reached at the office at 239-542-8521. You can also go on our website at floridafutureagents.com, or you can email me, Susan@susanmilner.com. And again, this has been Susan Milner with Florida Future Realty. We look forward to working with you.